Yo, what up, everybody? Yo, I'd like to welcome you to this video on here. We're gonna get this shit cracking, man. We got us a fucking ambush against them Dust Brazil boys. Not hood, no, man. Saying, hey, yeah, we gonna do what we do up in ambush. And what do we do up in ambush? Yeah, man, we get them tanks, we get them assault. I'm just playing with y'all. Welcome to the video. 8213 here, doing some ambush work. And I'm obviously squatting with a dice squad, so it's really easy, but I'm gonna pull out some tanks because we're playing against Dust Brazil. It's ambush, so I usually pull out a rail tank because it is my opinion that when you see a stacked squad in an ambush match that you should pull out a rail tank because they're gonna pull out tanks, so it's your job to neutralize the tanks either way. That's how I always viewed it, right? But then I said to myself, nah, these fools ain't gonna have the satisfaction. I can out-tank anyone in Dust Brazil, right? I can. I know I can, right? I don't even have a hardener on my tank. We've already gone over this, right? So I can out-tank them. Look at this tank right here. I'm out-tanking him. How am I out-tanking him? Because I think he accidentally turned off his hardener, and we're using teamwork. Either way, 500,000 is sicka. Bam! It's gone. Besides, I got a tank backing me up, so 2 blaster tanks can take on 1 rail tank, especially a shield tank. And I got my assault dropship pilot in the air by the name of Jin Rampage, motherfucker. Ay, straight from the hood, keeping them skies clear. Rampage is a good assault dropship pilot. He obviously isn't like, you know, the top 5 in the game, but no, he's good, man. He gets from point A to point B, and he fucking rains holy hell down. And yeah, so this is kind of a video about the spawns in ambush. Now, they've come a long way. Holy shit. I don't know a lot of people I talk to on this game, since the player base is so recycled all the time because people just aren't sticking with this game. They never played anything before Uprising, or even like halfway through all these updates. We're on update 1.8 and they came in at like 1.4 or something like that, or even 1.5, 1.6. You know, we get influxes of new players, and because players just aren't sticking around. And this gameplay, one of the reasons is why the game is kind of failing to hold new players, because right now we have some blaster tanks in ambush. And I told you the reason why we brought them. And to be honest, even if the other team wasn't going to bring tanks, and I don't think they were going to bring tanks, I probably still would have brought out some form of tank to begin with. And we still would have had 2 tanks and assault dropship rocking. But look at this right here. Because of the active scanner, which is a crutch that will be nerfed in 1.8, and that is totally fine with me, because if you need an active scanner in this game to do good, you're a scrub player, and that's just all there is to it. It's more OP than anything I've ever seen as far as radar detection. But because of the active scanner, you can see that every single player on the other team is spawning in this building. See that little sign right there to the left, lab number 2 building? Yeah, we have nicknamed these buildings in the game Coffins, because you will spawn inside the coffin and die there. As you can see, they keep respawning inside the coffin and they cannot get out. We have both entrances covered with tanks on the ground there. And you also see the one entrance, you know, there's stairs that lead to the roof, and maybe you could jump off the roof. It's covered with an assault dropship right there. Bam! So yeah, this is seriously just spawn camping at its finest. I mean, grant you, the game might have been doing them a favor by spawning them in a building, but you can't win a game by camping inside a building. It just doesn't work that way. But now you'll notice that in ambush spawns stay the same. You keep spawning in one spawn spot until the game like flips, until it flips sometime in game, unless there's uplinks. It's not like Call of Duty or other games where there's always multiple spawns to pick from, or there's ultimately like multiple spawns to get. It's you spawn in the exact same spot for some form of duration, and then afterwards you spawn at a different location for a different set duration of time. It's really a broken system, and as you can see in this game, they kept spawning in the coffin. We were able to spawn outside of the coffin, so we were able to get our tanks and artillery down to the ground first. And when you're in the coffin, it's really hard to AV against, you know, 3 vehicles that are just messing your world up. And it's totally not fair. I mean, what we do to these people, it's totally not fair. I mean, if you look at the score throughout this game, it's just, well, it's not fair. If they at least had a chance to get more than one tank on the ground, it would have been fine. But ambush, it really almost always comes down to whoever gets their tanks on the ground first wins. And with the bad spawn system in this game, spawning people in coffins like that and then switching them to another coffin across the map. I mean, they started in one coffin and they came to another coffin across the map. With that kind of spawn system, this is why you're seeing tanks rule supreme, because a lot of times in ambush, you're spawning into blaster turrets with tanks because they're just hovering their blaster turret over a spawn point because they know the game is going to smart spawn CCP troll. They're going to smart spawn players right in front of you, and a lot of times uplinks get contaminated very fast in ambush, so you can't do the uplink thing. I mean, ambush really is, it's either kill or be killed in ambush, and it's usually if the spawns are on your side, and it's quite frustrating. Yeah, let's look at me right here. I'm just camping the doorway with blaster turret, you know, as they spawn in there and they try to get out, they try to escape, they try to do AV work. Look at that. Some of them get me with swarms. They're trying, but there's nothing they can do because they're trapped in a building and there's no way out, and they don't have enough time to AV me. And obviously it was an easy victory. I know it's a delicate balance by, you know, keeping the players safe but also keeping the gameplay engaging and exciting and fun, but these maps are enormous. I mean, there should be no spawn camping on a map that's a kilometer wide.